Mr. Gavaskar, good evening, sir. Great to have you back on the show. I hope you heard what Bishan Singh Bedi had to say, that Shashank Manohar brought along with him a certain clean image to the Indian board. And a lot of people feel that perhaps he should not have stepped down because perhaps he was needed more at the BCCI than at the ICC after what happened under Mr. N. Srinivasan's reign, because this is the time when the BCCI needs a clean image, and that's what Mr. Manohar brought along with him. Would you agree with that?
Well, I think it's his personal decision to contest the ICC independent chairman's position, and I think as an Indian, I think it'll be terrific to have the first ever independent chairman of the ICC being an Indian. I think that'll be absolutely terrific. So the reasons why he has stepped down, only he can tell you, and I'm sure in the next day or two, 24 hours, 48 hours, I'm sure he'll be meeting the media and explaining the reasons, the exact reasons why he has opted to quit.
Right. Mr. Gavaskar, as someone who is so closely associated with Indian cricket, and that too for such a long time, would you say that the image of the BCCI changed? It underwent perhaps a change after Shashank Manohar took over for his second stint as the BCCI president under this current regime? I can tell you that they are way more media friendly, at least, than the previous regime was.
Well, listen, are you trying to say that when I was the interim president for those 2 months that the BCCI was not media friendly? You remember all those interactions I was having with the media in different centers? So don't forget what I've done.
Absolutely not, sir. Absolutely not. We're not forgetting what you did as interim president, sir. In fact, that was, of course, as you mentioned to us earlier, a huge honor for you when you were asked by the top court in the country to take over as the interim president. But would you say that this regime brought along with it a certain clean image, and perhaps that is why a lot of even BCCI members felt that Mr. Manohar shouldn't step down?
Well, I think it's been a short stint, and I think whether it was a cleaner image and all is for the media to basically answer that question, because it's the media that decides whether it's a clean image or whether it's not so clean image. So I think it's for you to decide. I've been traveling quite a bit, so I'm not too aware of what has happened. But if, as you say, the current regime's been media friendly, I think that's a very welcome step, because I think transparency is important to be able to, as much as possible, to be able to tell the world and through the media what the BCCI is planning, what the BCCI is thinking about developing the game, the future of Indian cricket. I think that's a very, very important step, and to an extent, I think you have to also give credit for that to the Honorary Secretary. The Honorary Secretary Anurag Thakur's been very available to the media. He's I think because he is the BCCI spokesperson. Generally, he is the official spokesperson. Generally, the presidents only speak after certain meetings, but the secretary is the man who is always the one that the media contacts, because he is the official spokesperson. And despite my travel, from what little that I have seen, is that Anurag has been very, very available to the media. So that's a good sign.
Absolutely, sir. You've hit the nail on the head with that one. It is a very good sign, of course. Transparency is always very welcome. The big question right now for the BCCI, of course, how do they go about electing their new president? Remember, the Supreme Court is hearing a BCCI affidavit against the Lodha panel recommendations. And one of the recommendations is that age cap of 70 on all BCCI members. So the road ahead might not be as easy, perhaps, to elect the new president of the BCCI.